Imagine 20,000 people showing up at your doorstep every single day. That's the reality for the people of Dubrovnik, Croatia. A stunning walled city on the Adriatic Sea, Dubrovnik has only about 1,500 remaining locals still living within its old town walls. The rest, driven out by soaring housing prices, skyrocketing food costs, and a tidal wave of mass tourism that's made everyday life nearly impossible here. At the height of summer, tourists outnumber locals 6 to 1. Cruise ships unload thousands of passengers daily, all funneled into the same narrow alleyways, taking the same photos and flooding the same squares. What used to be a livable town has become something closer to a medieval theme park. Dubrovnik's rise in popularity was fast and furious, boosted by it being a filming location for shows like Game of Thrones and it being promoted as a Mediterranean must-see for years. But as visitor numbers soared to over 1.4 million per year, the infrastructure couldn't keep up. Public spaces have become crowded, small businesses have been replaced by souvenir shops, and longtime residents have pretty much all but left. It's happening all around the world. From Venice to Bali, Machu Picchu to Barcelona, places once rich with local life are now struggling to hold on to their souls. When too many visitors descend on a destination, overwhelming its environment, its economy, and culture, this is what we call overtourism. Over the past few months, I'm backpacking with my best friend, and ever since I started traveling, I've been trying to do it with an intention: to slow down, to support locals and local business, and learn about their history, learn about their practices, and a little bit about what their lives are like. Not just doing it to tick off the travel highlights, because we've seen firsthand how tourism can impact a place, but also how powerful it can be when it's done with care. So today we're headed into Dubrovnik ourselves with curiosity and respect, which I can't say for everyone, to walk its walls, literally, learn its history, and to see if we can still find what makes this place so special beyond all the crowds. Besties, we're going to Croatia. Okay, this might be TMI, but I'm at a bus station in Montenegro. I had to pay to use the washroom, which is fine, happens, especially at a station. But when I pay to use it, and then I go into the stall, and there's poo-poo caca stains everywhere, there's literally one little square of toilet paper, there's nasty stuff on the floor, I don't even want to know what it is. What am I paying for? I see the bathroom attendant there. I see the bathroom attendant at the cafe bar having a drink. Is that what I'm paying for? As I'm trying not to think of that bathroom any longer, we have arrived at the Montenegro and Croatia border. If there's one thing we've learned about crossing borders so far traveling in the Balkans, it's that everyone is very different. Today we actually have to get off the bus and walk across the border, talk to someone while we give them our passport. There's been times we've just sat on the bus and they collect everyone's passport and we wait on the bus together and kind of look at each other hoping they're going to bring back the passports, and they always have, so I guess it's just part of the adventure. Driving along Croatia's coast for the first time, it is clear why this place is known for its islands and its shoreline in general. Croatia has over 1,200 islands along its shore, as well as 10 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the city of Dubrovnik itself, where we're headed. The city of Dubrovnik was deemed a UNESCO site in 1974 for its medieval architecture and its importance as a maritime republic. Alright, so we spent the last week in Montenegro. It was really cool. We got to see two different cities. One of them was Kotor. We stayed just outside of Kotor, and it was so beautiful. It was a little bit more touristic because there was like cruise ships that came every day and stuff, but it had a beautiful old town. And the other one was Herzegovina, which was stunning and had such a different vibe because it was a beautiful place people would go on vacation, but it felt more like local tourists, like people from Montenegro or like surrounding countries would come there on vacation.
We didn't hear an Australian accent the entire time.
True. And today we made it to country number 20. I can't believe that. And I'm so excited to be here. And I'm so excited to be here. Any guesses where we are? They have these candy stores in many cities that we've been to in Europe so far, and I always get suckered into it. But you have to be careful. You have to be mindful. You have to be demure. Because this singular tube was €5 Canadian. For two of them, €6.30 for two. If I was left my own devices in there and filled this bag, it'd be €50 in 30 seconds. Like, you need to be careful. So we made it to Dubrovnik. My wits are already about me from this candy store incident. And we're gonna settle in, take it easy for the night. Tomorrow's our big day out in the city, so here's hoping it's a good one. Good morning. It's 8:15 and we are here on the Dubrovnik walls. They just opened at 8 a.m.
It's packed already,
and
so.
it's already very busy but very beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a good time to come because it's not too hot yet.
Yeah. But yeah, it's 35 euros, so definitely one of the more pricey things we've done. But it is getting some incredible views and it's beautiful. It's cool up here. Even though I'm dripping sweat still. It's just very humid.
Yeah, it was probably going to be a lot less hot than this afternoon. Rising high above the Adriatic Sea, Dubrovnik's ancient city walls stretch for nearly 2 kilometers, and today we're walking them. These fortifications date back to the 13th century and were built to defend a powerful maritime republic. But these days, they welcome over 1 million visitors every year. Tourism has helped preserve them, but it's also taken a toll. Crumbling stonework, crowd control measures, and rising maintenance costs have become a main character in this story. Still, there's no better way to see Dubrovnik than from up here, above the orange rooftops where history and coastlines meet. Let's take a walk. What a stunning garden. Oh,
My little child just like sits there. People live here. It's also crazy to think about like what this would look like. Like, look at that. Okay, I wore my long dress today, and it's good. Going up all these stairs has really given me more of a sense of what it would have been like to be in the ye old days, and I have to hike my dress now.
she's picking up her britches.
Yeah, I'm like very decent. How they did that without showing their ankle, I don't know.
I also am surprised at how many like bars and little cafes and like places to get literally everything from like alcoholic drinks to ice cream along the wall there is. Like, they have it set up.
Mackenzie Cam. And the craziest part is the surfers probably have to walk up 5,000 stairs to get there, and they were all very thin, so maybe it's a good workout plan.
Oh my god. And just offshore lies the mysterious Lokrum Island. Lush, wild, and steeped in legends. Locals say it's cursed. According to folklore, Benedictine monks were expelled from the island in the 1800s, and before leaving, they circled it 3 times with lit candles, placing a curse on anyone who tried to own it. Since then, a string of owners met mysterious misfortunes, from deaths to financial ruin. Today, no one lives on Lokrum, and it's protected as a nature reserve. But you can still visit by day. Just make sure to catch the last boat back. No one still dares to spend the night. Oh my god, you guys, the owners of this dachshund dog were holding it up over the wall so that it could see out and see the view, and he was loving the wind, and they were taking photos with him, and I found out he has his own travel vlog, and he's a famous travel vlogger. I'm obsessed with this dachshund travel vlogger. I'm obsessed with him. I want to be him when I grow up. He's living such a great life, and I'm so happy for him. Alright, we pulled a card to discover one of Dubrovnik's secrets.
Okay, this is the little card. My hands are kind of sweaty, as well as my whole body. Oh. Okay. In the middle of the ton of stones inside the old city, there are 2 trees of wild oranges just nearby the stratum. Not only do they create a magnificent scene, but they are also full of bitter but healthy fruit just waiting for you. Wow, interesting. So now we have to go find that later. my tears. It's the wind. Not I'm sad.
Okay, earlier when we were walking on the wall, I heard the funniest, sweetest thing from this family. I think they were American, and they had 2 kids who were quite young, probably around 4. And I was taking a video of like an area that was sort of in ruins, and the mom points out to them and says, look, it's so beautiful. Pause. It's also actually sad because this was all bombed. And the kids were like, literally like, and I was like, I mean, you gotta teach them. And the kids were shocked.
Actually, it's quite sad.
They need to know the full picture. As you walk these ancient walls, which date back to the 13th century, it's hard to forget you are not here alone. In fact, during peak season, more than 1,000 visitors per resident visit the ancient walls of Dubrovnik every single day. Much of this foot traffic arrives by sea. At one point, Dubrovnik welcomed up to 5 cruise ships per day, unloading thousands of passengers at once. Imagine a medieval-style city suddenly flooded with 10,000 people in just a few hours. Chaos. The strain on infrastructure, rising prices, and loss of local culture has been real. That's why the city, in partnership with UNESCO, started enforcing new rules, capping cruise ship arrivals to just 2 per day, installing surveillance to monitor crowd flows, and even banning wheeled suitcases in Old Town to keep a peaceful air and preserve the stone-paved streets. It's an effort to balance the beauty of sharing this place without destroying it in the process. Speaking of balance, we are on the edge of ours because we have a walking tour scheduled this afternoon and the skies are opening up, it seems. This is typical travel, go with the flow, change of plans, adventures. On a walking tour, and it started to rain.
This is an information. Remember, you're gonna die. So he was kind of busy.
Shame!
This statue was put here only in 2008. But this is old down Harbor.
I went cinematic mode.
Oh my god, that's gonna be pretty intense. We've all seen those TikTok places that go viral, so we tried one here in Dubrovnik, holy burek. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. I got the spinach because that's the most traditional. Really nice pastry. It's a little like mushy inside, but in a good way. I like spinach and it's delicious. Is it mind-blowingly amazing? No. But it was worth the like 15-minute wait that we waited. Really
and 3
good.
euros.
3 euros? Worth it here in Dubrovnik for only 3 euros. Yum. And this one is the cheese. Oh, hello! Okay, we just saw 2 girls from our hostel, so we got distracted. Quick rating, and we actually found out these were 6 euros each, not 3 euros each. So, does that affect things? It's a little bit pricier. For me, with that price, I would say a 6 out of 10.
I would say a 6 out of 10 for the same reason, because I know you can probably get them
For much cheaper.
But also, if you want something that's filling in Dubrovnik, this is probably the cheapest you're gonna get.
I honestly feel full after this. We had a little bit to eat before, but I could have had this and it would have been like a light-ish meal.
Yeah.
And or at least like a snack, for sure, for sure.
A hearty snack.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Ready?
Easier with your shoes off.
Even though our time in Dubrovnik is coming to an end, I've definitely been thinking about a lot lately. So we've been in Dubrovnik the past couple days, and we've been traveling around the Balkans for the past few months, and this is definitely the most touristic feeling city we've been to so far. And in many ways, I see why, because you have the amazing beaches, you have an incredible historical old town. Like, it's everything you would want. And on the flip side, it has become somewhat unlivable for the people that live here. And I think this is in part because the old town itself is surrounded by the old city walls. So this old city center has become somewhat of an amusement park of itself, like shuffling tourists in and shuffling tourists out, and people checking off boxes and getting all the photos they want to get. And it has just made me think a lot about travel and tourism and how we want to go visit these amazing places, but it's even more so about the people and the cultural interactions and the human-to-human interactions that you have along the way. And we want to go travel to these places, but it can't come at the cost of the people that are from there, because if they're not there, why would you want to go there? And I've just been thinking about that a lot. What do you think? What happens when a city becomes more postcard than place? When the soul of a destination is pushed out by the very people who want to come and admire it? Is this still travel, or just consumption, or something else? Tourism has changed places like Dubrovnik, sometimes irreversibly, but it doesn't have to be this way. We can do better. Things like traveling in the shoulder season, dining beyond the main square, choosing homestays over hotel chains. And what else can you do? Maybe instead of Bali, explore Cambodia's coastline. Instead of Paris, try charming Lille, France. And if you've ever dreamed of Santorini, Paros has the same sunsets minus the crowds. Travel isn't just about where we go, it's how we show up. With curiosity, with care, with the understanding that we are guests, and the way we move through the world leaves a footprint. The future of travel is ours to shape. Let's make it one that still leaves room to wander. For everyone.
Mackenzie cam.
I look like I'm a different species. Like, look at my skin. Reptilian.
Okay, I can't read.
Like, am I burning in this morning? I put sunscreen on.